Let's do a couple easy art meditations using mixed media paper, tempera paint sticks, and acrylic markers. Starting with my tempera paint sticks, I'm going to draw and color in some simple circles all across the page. Use different colors if you have them, and let these be different sizes. And we're really just letting go of perfectionism here. So your circles don't need to be perfect. Settle in and enjoy just the easy rhythm, the easy motion that it, is for your hand to create a circle. When I draw circles, I find I drop into flow state pretty quickly. And notice your breath as you're getting started. Don't do anything to change it necessarily. We're just noticing. Is your breath shallow? Is it deep? Does it feel like a normal, natural rhythm to you? I notice that sometimes people will hold their breath during different parts of art meditation exercises. So we'll bring awareness to that as we go. And by the way, my cat is on my lap right now, so you might hear her purring or meow throughout this, but that's what that noise is. Okay, once I've filled my page with circles, I'm going to bring in my acrylic markers and make simple dashes surrounding each and every one of the circles. This is a very different movement than the smooth circular motion, right? So these are more quick, simple dashes, but the repetition, this over and over and over, it's a low cognitive load activity. So I don't really have to think about what I'm doing. I just follow the circle shape, but it also has its own kind of rhythm to it. The repetition over and over and over. So it's a great way to stay in flow state. I mean, these are essentially like Zen doodles. So you could say we're extending the Zen of our art meditation. I also love the symbolism here. They end up looking like suns, little sun shapes. And this is a great exercise when I need to shift my energy. So if I'm feeling stuck, stagnant, creatively blocked, maybe I'm feeling low energy or sick, tired, this is a great way to kind of remove the pressure, do a really easy activity that is also relaxing and satisfying. And I love creating the more intricate art meditation pieces and sharing those videos, but I have to say, there's a special place in my heart for these very simple exercises. I find that often the more simple the art meditation, the more I needed it. And I don't know how to really explain that. It's just that it really, when it's more simple, it becomes more about the process, not the result. I know when I sit down to create these sunbursts, I'm not trying to create something impressive or gallery worthy. I know that I'm here to sit down and be with the process, to be with the rhythmic movements of the circles and the dashes. I notice the other sensations, like the sounds that I hear, how the tempera paint sticks and then the markers feel against the texture of the mixed media paper. So in a way, it's easier to come into presence when the exercise is more simple. So all are valid. Just sometimes this is what I need. And so I had all this white space left on the paper, right? You could fill that in with more tempera paint stick circles. I grabbed a gold acrylic marker and made small circles, as you can see. And then using a fine liner ink pen, I'm doing the same thing where I'm creating the little rays of sunshine around each circle. I find this one to be, again, uplifting. It helps me shift my energy. And I don't go into this to change anything, but inevitably, I do get this little energetic boost. I often do this exercise to work through creative block, and it's satisfying and happy. So that's our first art meditation. The second one that we're going to do using the same tools, we're going to make rainbow arcs across our paper. I love the back and forth rocking motion of the rainbow arc. So this is another exercise that's very simple and grounding. It's soothing to the nervous system. So similar to the circle shapes that we made, rainbow arcs give you that rhythmic, almost hypnotic kind of motion. So each of these exercises I'm showing you in this video can be standalone art meditations. They take 5 to 10 minutes each, or you could do them together if you wanted maybe a longer art meditation, get a couple pages done in one sitting. So I had just put some colors at random off to the side, and I'm moving through those colors one at a time. This isn't pre-planned other than to create the rainbow shape. This can be a great exercise for experimenting with your colors. You might create a particular rainbow that you're like, oh, I like that color palette. I will intentionally put these colors together next time. And again, I like to give you ideas of some of the different reasons why I like certain meditations, but ultimately, I don't want you to have any expectations going into any art meditation exercise, except to be present with the process. So sometimes if I'm feeling creatively blocked and I sit down like, okay, I'm going to do this art meditation and get through my creative block, what ends up happening? I get frustrated. I hate what I'm looking at, which is like I talk about, it's not about the result. It's not about how it looks, right? But being human, our minds can get caught up in that. So I really try to sit down and only have the expectation that I'm going to be as present with the process as possible. And then over time, I've noticed different exercises tend to bring up different things and have different therapeutic benefits. So I hope all that makes sense, but I want you to have total permission to let this be easy. Don't take this practice too seriously. I think we can block ourselves by being so serious that something as simple as coloring and doodling a rainbow, it needs to look good. It needs to be just right. We can get frustrated if the colors start to clash, or if we mess up on a line, or whatever that might be. Like, how easy is it for frustrations to bubble up? And when they do, let them surface. But then can you just unfurrow your brow, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, add some doodles onto whatever you're working on. For me, doodles are always therapeutic in the movement, but they're also a great visual reminder that this is fun. This is meant to be enjoyed. This is meant to be an easy experience. It's a doodle. It's not that serious. And that sort of attitude helps me be more present with the process. So I've said this before, these are simple exercises that, yes, can be profound, but they don't have to be taken so seriously. And one other reason I love the rainbow shapes is visually they do just evoke joy. We're playing with pattern with the different doodles. I have black, gold, and a white acrylic marker here. So I hope these art meditations just gave you some simple ideas on how you can loosen up, relax, and enjoy the process. As always, thank you for joining me, my friend.